Salam, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 bits of advice that I would share or I would give to my teenager version of myself. But before that, now let's get into it. Just a little bit of disclaimer, aku bukan seorang doktor, aku bukan seorang advisor. I'm not a certified psychologist, I'm not a certified ustaz or whatever. In this video, I'm just going to share that what I have learned throughout my experience, that I've learned from somebody else's experience as well, and books that I have read. So I assume you're a teenager watching this video and curious what I'm about to tell you. So have you ever come across your mind that you actually have no idea what is actually in front of you? What am I going to do with my life? Have you ever have that feeling that just day by day you just come to school, meet your friends, and then just do your homework, do your assignments, and then at the end of the year, just pass the exam, and then the next year just do that again, repeat the same, repeat the same, repeat the same. Does that ring a bell? Do you actually have that kind of feeling that you are playing that game? You just pass the exam, go on and go on and go on, but you still have no direction in your life. Am I going to be an engineer? Am I going to be a doctor? Am I going to be an entrepreneur? Apa? I'm not sure. Datang sekolah sajalah, asal pass exam. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Let's just see where my life's going to take me. So if you continue playing that game, macam when I say game tu, when you just come to school, do your homework, do your assignment, at the end of the year, just do your exam, pass. The next year, do that again, and then just berserah where your life's gonna take you. The main problem with this is that because when you graduate, you might end up clueless, you might end up confused. Because why? Some of your friends who already actually have figured it out where they're gonna go next with your life, and you actually have not. That's gonna be a problem for you. What am I gonna do with my life? What should I do? What career should I choose? You might end up confused, you might end up clueless, and at the end of the day, you're gonna ask your parents, Ma, Bah, apa patut ku buat ah? And the same old classic advice that our parents will give us, cari tah kerja, si menyang menyangkut. That makes sense because it happened to me as well. So your parents will give you advice because they want the best for you. They want to see the children happy lah. So they want you to apply for jobs happy and dapat kerja, so you can dapat tanggung diri sendiri and then get married and whatsoever. And the main problem with this is that bila kamu apply kerja yang kamu indah tahu and kamu just blindly apply for jobs, you might end up not liking the job if you got the job, if you know what I mean. So you might be okay on the first or second year. As time goes by, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years later, and if you still cannot adapt with the office environment, you might end up not liking the job. It will affect your job quality, it will affect you punya efficiency or job quality, if you know what I mean. So it will affect everything. You akan datang kerja sambil lewat, you akan lewat datang kerja, quality pekerjaan makin berkurangan. So this is a problem. Why? Because you never like the job. You apply the job is for the sake of pasal semua orang buat benda ni, so aku just apply lah. Lepas graduate, semua orang apply kerja, so aku apply kerja. So that brings us to the lesson number 1. Identify your dream as early as possible. The earlier you know what you want to do with your life, there's so much time you will save. I have a good example, I have a good story about my friend, my childhood friend, where he actually knew what he wanted to do with his life. As soon as he got that criteria to become a pilot, he quit his study during Form 6. He was actually 17 or 18 years old during that time. He didn't waste his time to continue the study. He quit school, joined the military, and become a pilot. He's happy. He knew what he wanted to do, and he actually asked me during that time, "Hey, kau mau join aku or not? Let's go together." But I did it not because during that time I was still confused. I don't know what to do with my life. In terms of am I eligible to join him? Yes, I was eligible. I could have joined him during that time, but just because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, so I turned him down. So identify your dream as early as possible. It will save your time so much. It will be so much easier for you to create the path in order for you to achieve the goal. Kalau anda tahu kemana kan tuju, macam mana kan create that jalan. So you have to know what is your end goal. Then you can create that path. If not, then that's a problem. Lesson number 2, give room for options. Just in case you've told everyone you wanted to be an engineer, and for whatever reason you actually have signed up or actually enrolled in engineering studies, it doesn't mean anything. Honestly speaking, give room for options. You might end up somewhere else because you just don't know what future is holding for you. As a Muslim, Allah is the best planner. Allah might have prepared a better plan for you. So give room for options and always redha apa yang nanti datang for you. So give room for options. So lesson number 3, read self-help book. If you're familiar with this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki, Cash Flow Quadrant, it's a good book. This book was lent by my uncle. So honestly speaking, this book really literally changed my view towards life. Honestly speaking, I was never a fan of doing business. To me, back then, doing business is only for boring people. Boring people only doing business. So who are those people are not boring? Engineers, military officers, doctors, lawyers, architects. So all of these great occupations that was my view. Again, it literally changed my life, how I view the future. So again, with that being said, with this book, this is how we created Qafa Haus Brunei. This is how we built Qafa Haus Malaysia, how we built QH Parcel. Just because of this book, I'm also an investor. So you can read any book you want. So I mean, this is my first book, so I had a lot of books that I've read, and this is one of the best books that I've read. So just read a lot of self-help book just to improve on your intellectual. And then some people might say, aku ndak suka baca buku, tapi hari-hari lihat Facebook. To me, Facebook is still book because you actually reading it. Spend your time dalam bookstore. Spend your time, just pick that one book that you want to read. Give yourself a chance. Go to that bookstore and then have a look. Spend your time there. Just pick that one book that you want to read. It doesn't matter if you take 1 week, 1 month, 3 months to finish that book. Just read it. It's a good book. Lesson number 4, go outside and be adventurous. So just in case one day if kamu kena invite to go to an invitation lah, kamu kena invite to a birthday party, for example. So if you have given a choice to choose between going to a birthday party or watching Netflix alone in your room, which one would you choose? So if you're a teenager watching this video, my suggestion is, if kamu rasa kamu kena invite oleh orang yang usulnya orang baik-baik, just go. I would suggest you go to that birthday party because with that you're gonna meet a lot of people. You're gonna meet a lot of new people, and then you're gonna make a lot of new friends. Of course, there's a 50-50 chance that you might like those people or you might not, but again, just go outside and be adventurous because you don't know. Those people that you are going to meet in that event might add values to your life in the future. Just remember this, your network is equivalent to your net worth. So go outside and be adventurous. Lesson number 6, make a lot of mistakes. So how the school system tells us not to make mistakes. If we make mistakes, we got that X, we might menahan di sekolah. So we are afraid to make mistakes. So my advice, do not afraid to make mistakes. With these mistakes, iatah yang membuatkan kita ni grow. I mean, just imagine kanak-kanak yang baru lahir, yang berumur 1 tahun, 2 tahun, 3 tahun, that learning how to walk. Just imagine that one day when they try to learn how to walk and then they just tell you that I'm gonna give up. Aku jatuh so many times. I don't want to walk anymore. I don't want to learn. Aku berunggau saja. It doesn't make any sense. So that's how we learn. That's how kids learn. They fall many times and then they get back up again. So make a lot of mistakes, enjoy and have fun. We are programmed to make mistakes, and we are also programmed to correct that mistakes. So don't be afraid. Lesson number 7, be good to parents. So if you're a Muslim, be good to our parents ni adalah satu kewajipan. Dalam Quran pun ada mention, always be good to our parents. Even Nabi kita ini sallallahu alaihi wasallam ada mengajar spesifik doa untuk kedua ibu bapa kita ni. So we have to berbakti kepada ibu bapa. Alright, be good to them. No matter how bad they treat you, no matter how bad they raise you, at the end of the day, parents always love their children. So be good to them. Don't punish them. Be good to them and always berbakti kepada dia orang. Lesson number 8, choose your friends wisely. I know earlier I have mentioned go outside and be adventurous and meet a lot of people, meet a lot of friends, and with this you can also screen. This is the important of point number 8. Choose your friends wisely. Once you go out, jumpa a lot of people, then you can start filtering who do you want to be in your life. If you really want to know what type of people you are, just look at your friends, look at your surroundings. Those friends punya perangai actually sama macam you. That's how kamu connect. So your friends will determine your future. Your network is equivalent to your net worth. Number 9, always smile. Lesson number 10, as a teenager, please don't be hard on yourself. Why? Because the transition between youth going to adulthood is really challenging period, because you will have a lot of questions in your mind. What am I going to do with my life? What should I do? Am I gonna get married? What career should I choose? If I choose this, will my parents agree with me? Will my parents support me? What if I do this and my friends don't like me? Am I gonna have friends? So there are a lot of questions going through your mind, and with all of this, it will cause stress, it will cause anxiety, and at the end of the day, it can cause depression as well, which is quite popular these days. So do not be hard on yourself. Just remember, I always keep this in my mind, this verse of the Quran, la yukallifullahu nafsan illa wus'aha. Artinya Allah yang akan bebankan sesuatu hamba melainkan ia dapat handle benda tu. So whatever challenges we face in our life, you akan dapat handle. So that's why it is important for you to choose your friends wisely. At the end, don't be hard on yourself. Just relax, you can do this. Just have faith and be patient. Alright? So I hope you learned something from this video. So I've shared 10 bits of advice that I would give to my teenager version of myself, and if you learn something from this video, I hope you do learn something. If not 100%, 10%, 5% is also good enough. If you learn something from this video, just drop your comments, like this video, and consider yourself subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate it. See you then. Bye.